Hi everyone. Great to see you all here. I'm loving reading the messages in the chat. Good afternoon for those of you who are in the UK. I hear you're from all around the world. I'm really enjoying reading about Mark's daughter. We were talking about this when he first asked me about doing this piece. And yes, the soprano, Charlotte Trepis, was in the same choir, and she's singing with Kantos now for the Lord's Prayer tracks and in the St. John Passion. She's the soprano in the John Passion. Hi Lisa, lovely to meet you. Hi Judith. Hi Liz, lovely to see you too. Hope you're all ready and raring to go. Hey Mark. I hope I'm coming in loud and clear, but do let me know now if you want anything any louder, won't you? This is a good time to tell me. Hopefully I'm nice and clear. Oh, hi Naomi. Done this in its entirety back in spring. Oh, cool. Oh, lots of people who've sung it. Michael, hi Michael. Hi Karen and Rob. Hi Anna. Very clear. Hooray. Thanks for letting me know. Hi Julia. Hi Jennifer. Gosh, this is so much fun to have all these people here. Hi Donald. From the USA, amazing. I love this. Amazing. This is so... Do keep telling me where you're from. I'm finding this quite amazing. I'm sitting here in my room in Manchester in the UK from Portugal. Amazing. Manchester's known for its rain, and actually I can inform you that right now it is clear sunshine. So really, I should be outside, you know? We have to capitalise on these things in Manchester, known for pouring it down pretty much every single day. Sherborne, of course, Mark. Wow. I can't believe this. How global this choir is. Hi Jill, in Thailand, amazing. It's almost 8 p.m. there. Hi Andrew, South Devon. Mark, do you have to think about when you put what time you do things at all, or I guess people can just watch back if it's something live and they'd be fast asleep at 2 a.m. wherever they are. Has anyone woken up at 2 a.m. in the morning to be live for the Lord's Prayer for any of the self-isolation choir live streams? That's what I want to know. That's really hardcore singing. Hi Danny, hi Eloise. Hi Carol in Cyprus. Quite jealous of that. I have to say, I choose to be asleep at 2 or 3 a.m. Hi Gillian, hi Marion. Hi Helen. Oh, I love Norfolk. 6 a.m. was my earliest. Hi Nick. Hi Margaret. Love Norfolk. I love Norfolk Lavender. I've been there a couple of times and I love all of the beaches. Tell us about yourself, Ellie. Oh gosh. Hi Nell. Hi. Hi. Oh, it's Margaret is on Alan's account. I see. That was confusing me. Hi Margaret from Northern Ireland. Yeah, so my name's Ellie. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I live in Manchester, in the north of England, and I am a freelance conductor by trade. So my life is a little bit different at the moment. I normally am quite busy from one rehearsal to the next. I work with choirs and orchestras, and yeah, a bit of both. I've worked with the Halle Orchestra in Manchester a fair amount because I was the musical director of the Halle Youth Orchestra for the last year. And with that came some really wonderful concerts with the Halle Orchestra themselves, which is the main philharmonic orchestra in Manchester, and an amazing orchestra globally. So that was quite an amazing year for me. And then of course lockdown happened and my diary emptied. So I'm so grateful to be you were born in Manchester. It is a good place. I'm not from Manchester, that would be lying, but I like to think I am. I was born in the Midlands, and I came to Manchester for university, and I stayed here ever since. I went to the University of Manchester to study music, and then I worked for Opera North for a little bit. I worked in the education department. We went into primary schools in the north, in Manchester, in Leeds and in Hull, and kind of brought opera choruses to the kids in those schools. And then after that, I went to college, to the Royal Northern College of Music, and did my master's in conducting. So I had a final performance where I conducted an orchestra and a choir as my final exam. And after that I just became freelance. So ever since then since 2018, I've just been living the freelance life. But yeah, as I say, my diary is completely empty. So to have a lovely choir like this, willing to keep going through the lockdown, is absolutely wonderful. It's great to be here. It's very musically rewarding to be getting my teeth stuck into some scores, both for the Lord's Prayer and for the St. John Passion. And in terms of what else I'm... Thanks, Mark. In terms of what else I'm up to at the moment, well, in lots of my free time, I like to run. Keeps my brain in an okay place when everything else seems to be a little bit strange for us. So I like running long distances along the River Mersey here in Manchester. Keeps me calm. And I love cooking. I love choosing nice recipes, and I'm vegetarian, so I like finding kind of interesting flavours to keep the vegetarian meals exciting. Oh, I'm loving hearing where everyone's from. Hi, Barry. Sorry, it is little writing. You are right. I'm really sorry about that. Hey, Jill, in the Chile Scottish borders. Well, I am Scottish. My dad is Scottish, so I'm half Scottish. My full name is Elspeth Slorach, and Elspeth is the Scottish for Elizabeth. I just go by the name Ellie. And Slorach is a Scottish surname. We're from the Davidson clan. Is that Naomi saying you've enjoyed running as well? Or the choir? I can't tell which comment that's to. It's got to be a mixture of choir and running for me. Oh, Merseyside! Hooray! Davidson. Middle name of Elspeth. I don't meet many other Elspeths. That's nice. Hi, Carolyn. Isle of Wight. Hi, Pam. The Lake District with Leslie. Yeah, interesting spices, Donald. Completely agree. Lots of curries from scratch is what I'm finding really, really nice, actually. Gosh, I can't keep up with all these people. Hi, Ali. Hi, Penny. I think the choir has kept many people saying. I'm sure that's true. We just need these places to come, don't we? These kind of they're kind of sanctuaries from the real world, aren't they, at the moment? Hi, Jan. Hi, Judith from Northern Ireland. Oh, Paula, it's great to hear that you're from around here. That's really lovely to hear. Oh, hi, Jane. Yeah. Oh, lovely that you're here. Oh, fantastic. Curry's good for the voice. I don't know, but they're good for my tummy. Hi, Donna. Hi, Mary. Jane's had a curry. Curry is the theme of the day. Hi, Anne. Oh, so lovely that you're here. That's really nice. Hi, Jill. Oh, Jan, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope today's really a kind of thoughtful piece for you. Hi, Angela. Oh, in Cheshire, nice and near. I love hearing all these different times that people are having their morning coffee and people have just had their lunchtime curry. I wish I could say I've just had my evening roast dinner, but it's not that exciting. I just had my lunchtime pea soup. Hi, Anne. And Elspeth! Ah! Oh my gosh. Hand surgery. Hi, Barbara. Poor you, Jackie. Well, I hope you can turn the pages. I hope you're okay there. Gosh. Singing should hopefully take your mind off it just for a moment or two. We'll get going in a couple of minutes. I guess we can't start 3 minutes early. That's a bit cruel for those of you who turn up bang on the hour. Hi, Karen. Sunny. Hi, Carla. Hi, Thomas. I'm good, thank you, Anne. Thank you for asking. I'm fine, yes. You know, same as everyone, really. Up and down, you know. Some days are fantastic. Some days I think, gosh, I do miss most of my work. But I'm very happy to be here today. Looking at people signing up to all of the courses, I can imagine that's quite a lot of singing. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Liz and Christine in Derbyshire. I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're all doing okay, wherever you are. Can you hear? Oh, I'm sad you can hear the traffic. I don't live on that busy a road, but I think my microphone picks up the traffic. My room is onto the road here. Hi, Roz. Thanks for your email yesterday. Sometimes I get I live opposite a kind of small community hospital and a police station just behind that, so sometimes there are some pretty loud sirens, and if that happens I might just pause for a minute, let it go, and then we'll carry on. Hi, Philippa. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Richard. Well, oh. Oh, lovely. Right, look, it's 2:00. We have to start, otherwise we never will. I could just chat to you all day about curries and sirens going past my house, but we must start. So, let's get comfortable first. I'm sitting down, but you're absolutely welcome to stand up, of course. And let's find this lovely singing posture before we begin. So for me, I'm sitting just at the front of my chair so I can really feel the weight through my hips, and then a kind of right angle in my legs to the floor so I can feel my feet being useful on the floor, not actually nothing to do with singing, you know. The feet, they're actually more important than you think. So let's get that strength through the floor to your feet, and then just shrug your shoulders up. So feel super duper tense. Ugh. And relax that. And the same thing again. Feel tense. It feels awkward. And whew, drop that down again. And one more time. Really, really, really tense. And whew, drop that down. Lovely. And give that a shake out. And then finding that posture where your spine is just that little bit taller and prouder than usual. And you're thinking about the crown of your head growing backwards and upwards. So not leaning with your chin, but leaning with the back of your head. So we've got this beautiful poised position, ready to, leaving the most space for our voices to work really, really well, okay? We're going to breathe in for 4, and we're going to breathe out to a shh for 8 after that, okay? A very sustained shh that, if possible, doesn't waver around, but has a very direct tone, okay? So, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, shh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. And we're going to do exactly the same thing again, except at the end of your shh, I actually want you to crescendo, which means you're going to need to think about how you release that air, saving air for the end of it, so you can do that final whoosh at the end of it, okay? So, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and shh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. Nice job. Okie dokie. After me, please. Shh, shh, shh. Shh, shh, shh. K, k, k. K, k, k. P, p, p. P, p, p. Good. With these, I want to feel like your tummy goes whoof, whoof, whoof. So if you have had a curry for lunch, can you actually chuck it around a bit? So we've got so much energy coming through those consonants. The consonants are going to be really useful when we come to this piece, actually. So I'm really interested in getting them nice and energized before we start. Okay, so after me, shh, 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 k, 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 p, 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 p. Good. Oof. When you've just had your lunch, that's quite a tough one, isn't it? Now, this is B flat major. From here, we're going to go sing. So I'm on the NG of the word sing. Sing. Here we go. And sing. Going up and sing. Sing. From this same one, which is D major, we're going to go sing. Ah. So opening up that with my tongue back in at the back of my mouth, just letting the tongue drop and opening wide onto a lovely R. From here and sing. Ah. Sing. Ah. Sing. Ah. Sing. Nice job, everyone. Okie dokie. Let's come back down to C major, and we're opening out nicely now. So let's now sing straight onto an open vowel. We're going to sing on an ooh. We're going to go ooh, ooh. And you can hear that I slide about all over the place in this warm-up. Ooh, ooh. So my voice feels really free and easy and just kind of enjoying itself as it warms up. I'm not trying to be too precise about it at the moment. We'll come to precision when we learn the piece, shall we? Here we go. And ooh, ooh, going up. Lovely. Now I have to admit that as I do this, that sort of warm up that high, I would have dropped the octave by now, because I am definitely an alto and not a soprano. And not the world's greatest singer. I just love working with choirs. I do enjoy my singing a lot. But if you want to hear some wonderful singing, you don't want to listen to me. You want to listen to my wonderful Kantos Chamber Choir, who have recorded the tracks for the Lord's Prayer. So that's what you'll be listening to when you get those tracks. The piano part of this piece is being played by David Fanshawe himself. So that's really, really quite touching. And how beautiful, that's really, really wonderful stuff. So when you listen to the piano, you're hearing David, and when you hear the voices, you're hearing my fantastic chamber choir, Kantos, who I work with in Manchester. There are lots of young professional singers who have mostly just finished university or just finished the Northern College of Music or are still studying there, and they are just absolutely wonderful. So enjoy their voices, enjoy singing with them. I love conducting them. They're the best. Apart from the self-isolation choir, of course. Now, let's just do a little fun warm-up before we get on with the piece. These are my numbers. I'm sure you've done these before. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and so on. And we're going to go all the way up to 8 and back down again. So let's start with the easy version first. This does get a little bit harder. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy for you? Let's just try it again, just for those who have never done that before. I'm sure you've done it before, but just in case. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm afraid that is the easy version. Now, I normally would add in clapping and stamping and all sorts, but in my chair, I'm not going to be as wonderful at stamping, so I'm going to spare you that. But instead, we're going to sing a different word when we get to the number 3. I'm loving your comments, by the way. I'm going to have to keep my eyes not on the comments because I just keep getting carried away. You all have such wonderful things to say. Can I count in Portuguese? I love that. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Okay. Number 3 is going to be the word cat. The word cat. So don't sing the word 3. Sing the word cat. I'll slow it down. Here we go. And 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. How was that? Bit tricky? Should we try that again? It only gets harder. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, cat, 2, 1. Okay, for those of you who are up for the challenge today, and I promise, and we'll move on to the piece after this, the number 5 is now going to be dog. 3 is still cat, okay? Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, dog, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, dog, 6, dog, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, dog, 6, 7, 6, dog, 4, cat, 2, 1. 1, 2, cat, 4, dog, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, dog, 4, cat, 2, 1. I wonder how that was. Right, do you know what? We should do something a little bit more sensible, shouldn't we? Let's get out our music for the Lord's Prayer now. We've made a special arrangement of this, so it kind of combines two versions. There are a number of versions of the Lord's Prayer that David's arranged, some for solo voices, some for kind of duet voices, some for SAB. And what we've done is we've kind of made a version which is basically brand new, just for us. So I'm following along with my two kind of mushed scores here, but I know you've got your own version that I made up just so that it's easy to see, but it is missing the piano part, which is why I'd like to use these two scores today. So if I say anything that doesn't quite make sense, I think all the bar numbers everything should be exactly the same, but if anything happens where you think, sorry Ellie, that makes no sense, just drop a thing in the chat and we'll work out where we are, but we should be absolutely fine, I'm sure. Now, the good news is that we have lots of beautiful unison melodies. So let's start at the beginning, just singing through your first melody, please. So, Our Father. We'll just have a nice sight read through this if you don't know this already. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us sins as we forgive the sins of them who sin against us. Okay, so there's a nice introduction just to the kind of beautiful melody that we get to sing a few times through this piece. Pencils out, please, because I've got lots of things that I'd like us to add into this melody. I'm sure lots of you are very quick at reading something like this. For those who aren't, you'll get used to it as we sing it over and over again today. Haha. This is the beginning, the first bar. Our Father, who art. Can the T of art come exactly on the next bar line? So it will sound like this. Our Father, who art. And the T will just go right there. Mezzo piano, opening character marking with feeling. Well, can we get some feeling immediately? Can we have a rich mezzo piano, an expressive mezzo piano, and the T that goes on the bar line? This is literally that first bar, Our Father. 1, 2, 3. Our Father, who art. And can you make sure that your T now isn't a T that goes, I know where I'm putting it, but is now just blended into the line. So, Our Father, who art. And it just, afterwards, it's like a little cloud. Let's try that. 2, 3. Our Father, who art. Lovely. Now, bar 4, who art in heaven. The VN of heaven, just have a little lift there, a little quaver off of heaven, so that you can breathe. Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And on name, you need to do the same thing. Quaver out, lovely breath, so that you're ready for thy kingdom. So we've got a quaver out the end of bar 4 and a quaver out the beginning of bar 6 on the word on name. Now, notice in bar 5, hallowed be thy name. We've got a crescendo towards a mezzo forte. Thy kingdom. And this is our first little moment of arrival, isn't it? We're saying something a little bit more declamatory. Thy kingdom come. 3 straight crotchets there. Need to sound a little bit more whoof, whoof, woof. Kind of tenuto-y. Should we go back to the beginning? So mezzo piano beginning, heading towards thy kingdom. 1, 2, 3. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Off. Lovely. Now, there's some really interesting, there's an interesting kind of musical thing that David uses all the way through this, which is, if you look at the word heaven in bar 9, you see we've got heaven, and then we've got the n's in brackets after that. So we're closing. Normally when we'd say, we want to sing heaven, and we'd stop on the n on the bar line. But actually, David's asking that we go heaven. So we resonate on the closed N sound, which is, quite abnormal, but it's done all the way through the piece, which means it's going to be this kind of beautiful little musical idea that we want. We're going to keep that because it's a really nice way of just kind of ringing on the word without being kind of about it. So notice that you need to close exactly on the second beat. Heaven, off, and a little diminuendo even as you sing the n. Should we go from thy kingdom come? And I wonder if in bar 7 you've got all those words in the right place. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So come, thy will be done. So just make sure the words are kind of lined up. I'm not sure what they look like on your score, but hopefully they're nice and lined up. Come, thy will be done. This is thy kingdom, thy kingdom. 3, 4, 1. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Nice. Okay, so I just want to think of another few things around here before we move on, which is that on come, thy will be done. Now that we've really got the words in the right place, can you make sure that you're not now kind of hammering out certain, I don't want to hear, come, thy will be done, but come, thy will be done. So can we keep it all in this kind of beautiful flowing melody, and it just sounds easy that you actually have to get all these words in. It's just rolls off your tongue because you just kind of thought of this melody and you sang it. That's the idea, really. It sounds very free and easy. And don't be on bar 8. On earth as it is. There's no breath there after earth. We just go through. On earth as it is in heaven. So don't worry about that comma in the text. The word earth, no, this is a bit of a UK thing, so apologies to those of you who absolutely won't have this issue at all, but we tend to sing this kind of earth, sort of vowel. Can we get this kind of posh? Earth. On earth. So it's more like you've taken a little surprise breath. On earth. And it's almost like arth, but it's not quite that. On earth as it is in heaven. And then that earth is going to spin and stay beautifully in tune. So just think about your eyebrows lifting, the back of your mouth just going as you get to that word. Do you see the light just shone as I did that? Okay, thy kingdom, bar 6. And 1. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. 1, let's carry on. 2, 3, 4. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive the sins of them who sin against us. Great. Now, look at bar 12 for me. Our daily bread. Can we get this rhythm absolutely spot on? Okay, so our daily bread and forgive, bread and forgive. So a nice little click on the fourth beat that we're going to jump off. Our daily bread and forgive us. We just have to be ready for that little rhythm, but without kind of hammering it out. Look for me in bar 14 after the word sins. We're going to not breathe there, please. Forgive our sins as we forgive. So just draw that through there, okay? Now, I've been a bit sneaky here by writing out something that I'd like you to pop in if you can. You see the word them in bar 15? It says we've got to go to the but it's not entirely, it doesn't tell us exactly where to go to the So, can we make them, can you make it a crotchet? So we'll have, forgive the sins of them who sin, and then off again. So one open crotchet, one closed crotchet for the And it's important we all do this because obviously when we do the recording, we all need to close to the at the same time. Great. Now then, let's go back to figure 11, and I just wonder if you've still got that sense of the beginning with feeling there for your mezzo piano, or have you kind of switched off into just singing the notes? Let's see. Give us 3, 4. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our sins as we forgive the sins of them who sin against us. Lovely, and we're just tapering away, aren't we, at the end there with that diminuendo. And you see on bar 16, who sin, there's a little closed on sin. Who sin against us. So I hope that is all making sense. Now, let's go back to the beginning, and shall we try this with the full, we'll sing along, shall we, with David playing and Kantos singing, and we'll just get to there. So we'll just cover this unison melody at the beginning to start with. Here we go. Great, and we can just hear that David's off now, so we'll get ready for that in a minute. Now, just one more thing to think about actually, just before figure 11, and I'm only saying this because you don't have the piano part on your score, which is that you can hear there's a little pull up just before 11, so you just need to wait to place give us. The best thing to do is to look at the conductor, and hopefully she'll get it right. Should we just try that once more from the beginning, just to get really used to this melody? Because the more you're used to it, the more you can just stop looking at the music and just enjoy singing it, look at the conductor, and then hopefully get some more of the emotion out of it, the feeling behind it, this warm sound that's full of expression, okay? Let's go back to the beginning, shall we? Here we go. Fantastic. Well, I hope we're all doing well with this first melody. All of the little musical details. Remember that they're not just important, for the sake of it. They're going to be really important for our recording so that we sound nice and unanimous. Right. Shall we move on? So, figure 19, lead us not into temptation. We begin unison. And then 5 bars later, we dramatically divide into 2 parts. And I love it. I think it's so, so dramatic. And I love that figure 19, it actually says dramatically. So we've gone from this kind of very, very warm expression, warm sound that's full of expression, to now a sound that's actually going to be a bit more punchy. It's going to have a bit of at the front of it, a bit of ping, and just a little bit more. Okay? So let's just sing through it first. Lead us. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. Good. My hands aren't very good at doing 2 lots of thirds at once. I'm sorry. I'm not the best pianist in the world. But anyway, we need to divide those parts up anyway. Now, bar 19, let's just look at the first 4 bars where we're in unison still. For lead us. So here for the tenors and basses, and then up there. But no basses down there, please. Right up. Nice and high for you. Lead us. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. Stop. Okay. Some things. Dynamic, forte. This kind of needs to be a wall of sound at figure 19, and it needs to be what you think is your loudest volume. And then it turns out that 4 bars later, you can actually get a little bit louder again. But let's start 19 with what you think is your loudest volume, and I'm sure you'll find that there's something more in the tank later. Now, the rhythms are super duper important. So make sure you're learning those correctly now, and not slightly off, They need to be very, very metric, mathematical. So we have 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. So I'm making sure that all my little offbeat moments are actually quite punchy. They're a little bit accented. So I'm quite sure of myself of where they're going to sit. Particularly bar bar 3 of this, so bar 21, from evil. From evil, for thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. And I think about the kingdom, the final the kingdom, I think of the as being as just like a tiny little grace note to the kingdom, to the word kingdom. The kingdom. Now, look at the second bar of this. Lead us not into temptation. Ba, ba. Can we have a really good tation? Heavy, heavy there. Let's just have that first phrase. Lead us not into temptation. Here we go. And 1. Lead us not into temptation. So it has a sense of wah, wah, as if it's heading forwards, not tation. That would be the temptation, would be to sing ba, ba. But I want you to go ba, ba. I've just been complimented on my bone structure. I love that. I can't read these comments. I need to turn them off. There's too many people posting cat emojis and I love cats. Okay, lead us not into temptation. Let's carry on. But deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. And notice that the kingdom also has accents on it. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. And then we're off. Now I need the kingdom at the end to send us into the fortissimo. So crescendo right to the end of that, please. Give it everything you've got so that we absolutely kind of land on lead us as we split into parts in the next bar, into the 5th bar of this phrase, okay? The breathing is that we go through in bar 21 between evil and for thine is the. There's no need to kind of have real breaths there. So just go through there. And when I was talking about consonants in the warm-up, this is so useful for all of this, these next 8 bars. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the king, the king, the of the king, and the k of kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom. See what you can get out of those words. Yeah, just answering some questions here. Altos, you're up the octave. Sorry, I tend to just jump around octaves, which is highly useless, I know, but I think I'm a secret tenor. I think that's the problem. I just love singing around middle C. So altos, you're up there. Lead us. Okay. And tenors and basses, you're down there. Lead us. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. Stop. Okay, altos and basses then, you carry on, same thing. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us. Oh, sorry, with the A sharp, my fault, it's not the same. Ellie, shut up. This is your second lead us, is 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. Now altos and basses, so altos, you're still up the octave there. This is bar 23. Other than this A sharp, we're fairly okay, and then going back to an A natural, we should be okay for the notes. So let's just try that once more, altos and basses. Lead us, 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. And just up a semitone at the end, glory, from the A to the A sharp. And for the glory at the end, this goes for sopranos as well and tenors as well, we want to have glory. So jumping off the second beat. I always talk about jumping off beats because I think that's the best way to think about it, rather than thinking oh gosh, where does that re come exactly? I just think I go to and glory. So I feel exactly where to is in my body, or something in my body is like a kick drum. It goes re, and then I know to put my re in after that, like a big springboard. Glory. Just the altos and basses one more time from bar 23. Lead us fortissimo. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. Great. Oh, roll R's. Good question. I think probably not actually for this piece. We'll just keep it we want it to sound quite simple actually in terms of the sound we create, certainly at the beginning and the end. And I reckon rolled R's could be a bit too much. Save those for your St. John Passion root vols. Sopranos and tenors, bar 23, sopranos and tenors. So a third up. Lead us. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. Same thing. Glory. And sopranos and tenors, you obviously just stay on the C sharp at the end. So we have so it's the altos and basses that do the kind of little harmonic shift for us, and you just stay on your C sharp. Should we put those two parts together from bar 23? So 3, 4, and 1. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. Now, I imagine that in the comfort of your own homes, you haven't quite given it all you've got yet. So what we need to do, I think, is go through this with the accompaniment, so we feel a sense of, oh, here we go. Here's the, just a little bit before we come in, so we'll just hear the end of the previous section, and then let's have a version where you just give it all you've got. Here we go. 1 bar.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the kingdom. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory.
Great, and there we shall stop. So I wonder how that went for you. Did you get that glory at the end? Did you get that re in exactly the right place? Glory. Now, what we need in through this section, bar 23, 24, 25, is a sense of not letting up on that fortissimo. Lead us not in... So instead of lead us not into temptation, and these moments where we come away, we actually want a sound where we just... It's kind of relentless. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the glory. And I don't want to give you an image that's absolutely horrendous, but I mean, I am a vegetarian, but you know a sausage machine? You know that it would have the skin around the machine, and then the sausage meat just goes, and it just comes out in this kind of wall, and it's one constant stream, it's one constant kind of thickness. Can we just have that sort of sound, this kind of constant stream of sound that doesn't actually, dare I say it, have too much phrasing? The only phrasing we actually do is kind of forward phrasing to the end of, for thine is the glory. And you kind of leave us on this cliffhanger, don't you? Because it's just silence after that. Glory. Oh, what? And then off we go again. And unless you kind of propel us with that drama into that rest, it won't quite work dramatically. So it's really down to the singers to have that sense of, oh. Should we just try that again with the with the full choir. It's good fun, wasn't it? Here we go.
Who sin against us.
Here we go. 1, 2.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the glory.
Great. What a cliffhanger. Now, I've written sausage machine. That's what I like to hear, Marianne. Only sensible things around here. Now, we come back to the main melody after that. So we have this little piano interlude. Again, just use the conductor for this because you don't have the piano part, and there's a little twiddly piano bit before we land back on bar 27, before it goes back to the, to the kind of accompaniment we've heard at the beginning. So we all sing the melody for 4 bars. Let's just go back to the main melody now, upbeat to bar 29, new key. Our Father who art. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And then we'll stop there because things become a little bit different there for the 2 parts. Now, I'll just get the breathing in here. We've got our Father who art. Remember that T of art, it's just like the beginning. And then, who art in heaven, quaver off vun there, quaver out of the end of bar 30. And then, hallowed be thy name, quaver off. Even if, so on name, even take a quaver off if you don't carry on to sing. So it's unanimous. And we've still got that crescendo. Be thy name, and then we're into thy kingdom, okay? So let's just try it up to there. Our Father. Our Father. 1, 2, 3. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So that's the feeling again, a lovely crescendo. We have to come back to this Our Father like the beginning, don't we? So we've had this kind of huge middle section, and then actually the end, we have to kind of pretend that never happened, get our heart rate back to normal, and come back in this very soft and gentle manner again. So part of that will be really something to think about in your recording. Can you come out of that amazingly dramatic middle section and then just come back to this Oh Father? Can you settle yourself in time? Can you get your breathing nice and calm for that? That'll be really important to settle that. Now let's have a look at the 2 parts here. So the sopranos and the tenors carry on as normal. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. Heaven and earth, and so on. Okay, so hopefully we're all okay with the notes there, sopranos and tenors. It slightly changes to heaven and earth at the end, but we'll come to the very end in a minute. So the same as the beginning for you. The same thing applies for everyone for singing this earth, earth, not earth, earth. For every single time, we sing earth so many times at the end, and I just don't want that to be a vowel that just goes, but it just always has this sense of earth. It needs to sound as heavenly as the word heaven, okay? Now, altos and basses, your part. This is Thy Kingdom Come. So you come in canon. So we have Thy Kingdom. So let's go straight on your entry. 1, 2, 3. Thy kingdom, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. 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 And so on. Now, when it comes to the divisi, you can sing whichever note you like, altos and basses. So you just choose whether you want to go for the alto 2 or the bass 2 note or the alto 1 or bass 1 note. So you've got either as it is in, staying on the D sharp, as it is in heaven, or as it is in heaven, as it is in heaven, or as it is in heaven, as it is in heaven. It's so fleeting. So you decide which one you prefer. Okay? So really, really very warm, very rich sound, even though we're thinking good point, Anne. Even though we're thinking calm and still, okay? Let's have Thy Kingdom Come, both parts, bar 32 for the sopranos and tenors, and for the altos and basses. After 1 is 1. Thy King, thy come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. Heaven come. Good, I'm just going to stop there for now, okay? So hopefully that's making sense. I'm really sorry, I messed up the thirds in bar 33. Not helpful, I know. I'm enjoying reading these very funny comments. Notice how we've come back to this heaven, heaven, and it comes exactly on the second beat every single time. So that's easy to lock in. It looks a bit funny on the page, but heaven on earth as it is in heaven on earth, and so on, every single time, closing to that n. Now, sopranos and tenors in bar 39, do you see how you have a nice tenuto? Heaven and earth. Can you enjoy that? Can you lean into the beginning of that? Heaven and earth. That would be really lovely when that keeps coming. Now, the ending, bar 41. It says 2 to... it won't say this on your score, actually, but we just repeat it once. There's an optional many repeats on my score, but it's just once, go through it once, go through it again, and then carry on to the end, which is what it should say actually on your score. And so let's just, and this is just a repeat of that kind of riff that we've been singing for the last 8 bars or so. But let's just look at the very end for the altos and the basses. So your final on earth, this is the upbeat to bar 44. After 3, 1, 2, 3. On earth as it is in heaven. And so you go from an n to an and so do the sopranos and tenors above you. And again, altos and basses, you just choose whichever or you fancy at the end there. Okay? Lots of people are talking about this syncopation. The thing with the syncopation is it definitely, obviously, has to be right to begin with. We need to start in a very kind of mathematical way. Heaven, heaven, so we know where what happens when. And for example, thy kingdom come, thy come. Where does that little drop-off note happen? Come, thy will. And altos and basses in bar 33. Thy kingdom. You have to actually sing a word on your little drop off. Thy kingdom, thy will be done. But if we make all of the syncopation too obvious and too heavy when we actually sing it, it's other than in the middle section, it's not gonna have the right feeling. So once you've really got to grips with the rhythm and the syncopation, then make sure that you then just kind of lighten it off so it just sounds like heaven. You just decided to sing heaven. It just sounds like the word, doesn't it? How you'd say heaven. Heaven, heaven. So work hard and then just relax, do your shoulder shrug and relax sort of thing, so that it's not a stressful thing. Now, let's turn back to after the middle section. So we're looking at the upbeat to bar 29, Our Father, and we'll sing to the end now. So here we go. Brilliant. Now there are just a couple of things I want to talk about the very end, and then I think we should do a full run through because we've done really well today. This is great. Now at the very, very end, you can hear that it slows up. Again, the conductor will be useful for that. So use the conducting video to hear in bar 44 where we place earth as it is in heaven. Don't guess that. Just look up and I'll show you both mouthing and with my hands exactly where as it is in heaven. And then at the very end on the the final we cut off, and it's exactly as you hear on the recording. We cut the exactly as you hear the final diddle-ding in the piano, the final lovely high chord, we're off. And again, just watch me because I'll bring you off, and then the last thing we're left with is this beautiful piano chord, just a solo piano chord. So hopefully that's all feeling quite comfortable for you. I know you've had some really quite what I call meaty choral works, and hopefully this feels like you can get to grips with the notes quite easily. So from that kind of point of view, can you kind of get to the point where you're not really having to read the music a lot, but you feel quite relaxed about it? You feel like you could look up a lot, watch the conducting video a lot, and therefore send a lot of your emotion kind of out and forwards. And the more you sing like that, even though you're, singing to your recording device, the more you feel like you're singing out. And to me, on the conducting video, the more we're going to get the emotion through your voice, and it will transmit in the recording if we've got that feeling from you coming through. It really makes a difference. Often it's better to not talk about musical detail and much better to just talk about the feeling of something. So in this piece, we've got such a clear arc. It's so obvious. We've got our soft opening, we've got our very dramatic middle section, and we've got our kind of gradual end to just fading away, basically. We just come to nothing at the very, very end. So let's see if we can get that structure really clearly, dramatically out into our recordings. Shall we do a full run through to finish today? Let me just sort out my number of scores here. It's very silly. Okay. Back to the beginning. Okie dokie, everyone, here we go. Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for your hard work today and for your wonderful comments. I've found them. I've had to just stop looking at them because they've really cheered me up. They're really quite hilarious, and they've really kept me smiling a lot. So thanks very much, and I look forward to seeing some of you for the St. John Passion, and I really look forward to hearing your recordings for the Lord's Prayer. Thank you very, very much.